down into turn 2. Predict who is finishing top 3 in the race on track. Sonic, Dovola and Palps. And no, actually Ian's going to win the race. I'm calling it now. But Taylor going a little bit deep into turn 2. Scott looking to get the inside, managed to close up the gap a little bit. Taylor definitely feeling the pressure now as he hangs on to that P3 and final spot of the podium. Scott then all over the back of him, making sure he keeps him honest, gets a bit of a mistake through there. Both driving themselves off the track, picking up warnings. This race could most certainly come down to penalties. How Scott hasn't got a penalty yet, I do not know. Taking that corner a lot tighter than Taylor up ahead, driving himself off the track though with that extra understeer. The front tyre is really not liking the extra load he's putting on him. But then in the slipstream, coming up to the first of DRS zones. Who is Ian? Ian's the one that's DNF'd. But Taylor then, as he leads Scott on to this back DRS straight. He's a lot closer than he was a lap previously in the DRS then. It's no doubt in coming down this back straight. Is he close enough in the slipstream? Going about trying to find a space. Is Taylor going to defend to the inside? Is Scott going to go for it up the inside? Gets it stopped just about. Very late move there. Taylor starts to turn in. Gives just enough room and they do not come together. Luckily Scott definitely really desperate to get past. Taylor goes in a bit deep, so does Scott. Then in that, what car is that actually? That's the Campos Racing, Jack Aiken Racing car. Up in front is the Dams Sean Galeo car, KFC sponsored. Love a bit of Kentucky Fried Chicken. But then coming on to lap 18 in the DRS zone, then 4/10 is the gap. Certainly should be able to have a good run coming down this main pit straight. Then he goes to the inside is Scott, and Scott pulls to the outside. Taylor goes with him. Looks like he's going to manage to hold on. Is Scott going to be able to get a good cutback coming into turn 3? Looks like he's got a good exit. Not going to quite come to fruition on this particular occasion. Having to push him through turn 3. It's very hard to go for a move unless you have a really good run. You can see how much they're having to fight the car to bring it over to the left hand side for turn 4. Scott then is going to let the inside into this corner. Taylor goes a bit wide. This is going to be Scott's prime opportunity. He gets a good run coming out the corner. They're going to be side by side into the next right-hander. Is Taylor going to keep it on the outside? Surely he's just going to run out of road, but he manages 2 wheels over the curb. Bit edgy. Perhaps the Stewards might need to have a little look at that one. Overtook him off track there, but hard racing, and Scott still in the slipstream then, looking to reclaim that P3. Taylor making a bit of a mistake. Scott going to keep the foot around the outside. Taylor gives him the run then, and Scott shows how you meant to overtake round the outside in DRS. Then he's got the DRS. Taylor having to depend all on that slipstream then. Scott scrambling about, trying to find where he wants to go. He goes to the inside. Taylor having to back out. Scott in the middle of the track. He's definitely going to be setting up a cutback. Scott gets a bit of a lock up, so Taylor's going to try to shoot around the outside instead of going for a cutback. Scott then still on the inside as they come in to the chicane. Taylor looking on the outside. Scott's going to squeeze him all the way out. Taylor's going to keep it back on the inside. Scott going to keep him pinched. Go for a cutback maybe. Can't quite get the power down. Taylor parking it very nicely on the apex. Scott said he had no practice before this race. Well, I mean, he is 42 seconds off the lead, so I suppose it is a bit believable, but he got some pace over Taylor as they're fighting pretty hard for this final spot on the podium then. DRS range, Taylor goes to the inside early, Scott pulls to the outside. Is he going to dummy to the inside? Runs out of the time to do it, but he's just going to soar past Taylor. Surely going to have to concede this position, and he goes for an audacious dive up the inside. Scott sweeps around the outside, keeps it on the track. Taylor then keeping his nose in just to try and throw Scott off the racing line. He's a bit wide, so Taylor's going to shuck up the inside. Is he? He's going to give him the outside from the next corner, getting the foot in, trying to get his nose in on the outside. Scott takes the racing line. Taylor's going to brake late, look to the outside. Scott over the curb, keeps hold of that P3 position. It is now his race to run now. Is he going to be able to break through of DRS? Taylor then looking to get past. Scott making the same mistake Taylor did, which is going to give deja vu, but the other way around. There's a bit of contact. There's massive contact, and Taylor's in the